Don't do it. Don't make me say I liked a Twilight movie. Don't make me say it. Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 is the supposed final installment of the Twilight movies, following, of course, our friend Bella and her journey through the world of vampires and werewolves in the battle for her newborn child. This is a Twilight movie. Now, that's going to tell you a lot about whether or not you're going to like this movie or not. Do you like the Twilight movies? You'll like this movie. You don't like the Twilight movies? Guess what? You might kind of like this movie. This is an interesting film. Now, I have to say that having seen all of the Twilight movies, kind of against my will, many of them, this is a progress that has been very interesting. We've gone from the first Twilight movie, which is complete and utter trash as far as movie making is concerned. It's just a very poorly made film. And each one has kind of got progressively a little bit better. The acting has gotten better. The people crafting the film have picked up on a few things and known more what to do. Plus, the story has gotten a little deeper. That's what happens when you tell further and further into the story. So by the time you get to this movie, you've got a fairly deep story with actors who really know their characters and know what they're doing, and people making the film who have a good idea of what they want to do with it. Plus, you've got a book series that obviously had something good in it because millions and millions of people read it and loved it, and it adds up to, dare I say it, a decent movie. So there I am, admitting it. I kind of liked Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 for a few reasons. Let me give you. Number one, there is some incredible action in this movie, and we get to it fairly quickly. Not quickly enough, in my opinion, but we're there fairly quickly. And man, I gotta say, I don't know how they got away with a PG-13 in this movie. There are a lot of heads getting torn off in this film. I don't mean that metaphorically, literally. Lots of heads lopped off, pulled off, kicked off, sawn off. Lots of heads coming off in this movie. PG-13. Anyways, there's lots of action in this movie, and it's well choreographed and well done. Also, I have to admit, the acting has gotten a lot better in this movie, and it kept me engaged with these characters in a way I wasn't. There are a few performances in this movie that actually moved me. I was surprised by that. I also really enjoyed the way this movie concludes. What happens in the final third of this movie is really interesting in a way that I wasn't expecting, and I don't know that it was one of those mind-blowing twist ending kinds of things, but it was certainly an ending that had me going, oh, I can respect that. I like that. So you add those things up and there's some good things. Now, there's also bad. The child in this movie who is supposed to be growing abnormally fast, when that child is a baby, looks so fake. The computer-generated face on that child kind of freaked me out, and they really should have done a better job with that. Or, you know, just get a real baby. We'll believe it. I promise we'll believe that it's a vampire baby if you tell us. So I didn't like that, and there are moments where they're just so into the romance of this movie, and I get it. I know that's why a lot of people love the books because of Edward and Bella and Jacob and the role he plays in that, but that just never meant much to me, and so those moments kind of, I don't know, wanted to fall asleep during those. But other than that, there's some fun stuff to watch here. If the price for enjoying Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 is that I had to watch the previous Twilight movies, it's probably not worth it. But if you can manage just to watch this one on its own, who knows?